Hey everybody, it is a little bit of a different view today. It's too cloudy. I was going to go to the pool to do the wrap up for the week, but I'll just do it here at home since I need to do the editing of the videos on Saturday now. So we're at the end of week 12, and this is October 3rd on a Friday. Going on 5 o'clock. Well, it's a little after 5 now. Today ended up being a little busier than I expected. I worked from home, and busy in the sense that the meeting that I was attended went a lot longer than usual. I feel like I'm speaking very strangely today. I think because I'm not in my element in the pool, but I just finished the board meeting. It's going to be my second last board meeting. Only one more to go, and that will be next month. And I can't wait. It's just I can't wait till. I wish it was my last one. And it was these kind of days and conversations that just make me happier and happier to be this close to finally being done here. It's time to go. It's like I'll save more information for another time when I'm safely on the other side, because I just cannot talk about things in detail right now. But yeah, the end of week 12, can't believe it. So soon we're going to be out of 2 digits. So this week was very interesting. I'll try to keep this short, shorter than usual, but this week was interesting. So we had a staff farewell lunch at a nice Japanese restaurant. I think I already spoke about that earlier. And, it was the last day for staff to leave, and I went in on Wednesday. Had a doctor's appointment for my knee, so I wasn't in the office. And then I went in on Thursday. And just with 2 people out, there was a difference. There's definitely a difference. It's much quieter. These weren't quiet. These weren't noisy people, but you can just see the difference. Feel the difference. And this month it'll be at the end of this month, it'll be another colleague that goes. And she's actually been my closest friend there for the most part. She's been my closest confidant. And I'm going to miss her when she leaves. And debating on whether I invite her to my wedding, because if there was really only 2 or 3 people from the office that I would really invite to my wedding, because I really wouldn't want to see. But I just don't want to get caught up talking about work at my wedding. It's been my biggest dilemma. I said so many times before, your colleagues are not your friends, and they use. In previous experiences, the colleagues were my friends, but I think they were in unusual circumstances. In an environment where you come and go, you work from 9 to 5 and then you leave, and you don't really need to force socialization with colleagues outside of work. I think it's a mistake. I think it can be a mistake. And in this case, it was a mistake to try and be too friendly with staff. It just didn't work. And then, because it didn't work on the outside, it made it more uncomfortable on the inside. Made the social side more uncomfortable because of conflicts at work. It's separating church from state. I always tried to do that. But anyway, hey, you can see the difference of, and there's definitely a difference of feel in the office just with 2 people gone. And I think, I talked before, it's the added tension. People are going to start realizing how much work they have to do, how much pressure is going to be on fewer people. And it's not going to be my problem, and I cannot wait to go. I just cannot wait. So this week, after my medical appointment, Don and I, we had our pre-marriage course with the pastor at the church. 2 hours. That's fun. We watch video and then we answer questions and talk about how we're going to deal with conflict, how we're going to communicate, what are the experiences we had growing up. How did our parents deal with conflict? Because likely, however they dealt with conflict, we're going to deal the same way. And, we're going to have different expectations. The difference with Don and I, we've been together 11 years already, though. And living together most of those years, and then being married for the last almost 2 years. We're coming up on 2 years in December. So there's no real surprises anymore, and we are in sync. Her and I are in sync, and every day it just amazes me how in sync we are. Yeah, sure. I annoy her. I annoy her. She doesn't annoy me, but I annoy her. She would never say that, but the problem, I intentionally try to annoy her because I try to play with her, and she's not a very playful type person in that sense. We have a good time though. But yeah, I'm so grateful. I'm grateful we're doing this course anyway. It's forcing some dialogue. Normally we wouldn't talk about. And again, the next session will be on finances, and it's going to be our biggest thing. And it's not because of the way she is, it's more because of the way I am. I'm much more detailed person. I'm more meticulous. I write everything down, and she doesn't. And so we're going to need to find a way to manage the finances where she doesn't feel she needs to report every dime we spend or she spends, and she's got some freedom to do, to spend the way she wants without reporting. The problem with me is I even record my own expenses in detail. If I buy I don't know, a coffee for 40 baht, I record that. If I ride a taxi, take a motorbike for 10 baht, I write that down. And so I'm not sure how we're going to I like the details, and maybe I just need to let go of that. I don't know. And I'm willing to do it as long as it doesn't make me miserable or make me wonder. Anyway, so it's something we'll have to work out. Speaking of marriage, so we are, we're moving along with the wedding plans. She finally did the invitations. A friend of hers, a really sweet friend of hers, came, and she's actually going to be her maid of honor, I think. Helped her write the invitations. So we finally have, those are all ready. Those are in a stack over here. And then I have the website ready. It's a free website and I have email addresses of family that I'll be sending the invitation out to watch the wedding ceremony virtually. So we'll be in the evening for them, and if they watch, they watch. If they don't, they don't. And I think my sisters will watch for sure. They'll probably make a fun evening of it, and it'll be during winter anyway. So. The other thing we just decided to do is I increased the quantity of catering food from 70 people down up to 100 people. I would rather have too much food than not enough food. She said it's just for snack, and it is. It's not a full evening event like you're used to in the U.S. And sometimes they do have full hours event long ceremonies here, but it's going to be probably 2 hours max. So it's the wedding and then a brunch, lunch, snack. The food's very nice quality. But I think it's better that we just make sure we have enough food, and whatever food doesn't get eaten, we can give to the church to serve to people who in need the following day. Most of it should last long. So that's the wedding. I think the invitations will only go out toward the end of the month because people forget. and most of the invitation, that's the way they do it here. They only send them out give them out a month before before the event. But for the website for my family, I'll probably only do it at the end of the month as well, because if they attend online or not, it won't really matter. So yeah, so yesterday was my second last SMT meeting. We'll only have one more after that. Today was the second last board meeting, and very grateful that it's coming to an end. The next meeting will be longer. It will be more of a 3-day event. I kind of wish I wasn't here for it, but I am. I will be. And then I had a Lao lesson today. It went pretty well. I still am not grasping the sound of the words. Some of them because they're different than Thai. I was at a much higher level of Thai language than I am with Lao, and it's just, it's a significant difference in the words and and some of the enunciations. I can't explain that, and I won't try to go into it right now. But I'll just end on this note. So finances wise, there's a government shutdown this month or this week. I think they're already in day 2. This always happens. I mean, with the discord between it's just awful to watch. Oh my gosh, it's just awful to watch in the States. The political divide, it's unbelievable. I mean, to be violent, and this just the words that both sides are saying for each other. I have my personal political opinion, but still I try to be objective, and it just if I can get along with some of the people at work, they can certainly try to get along, but they use that as a theater. How can you get away with not working with someone you don't like? How do they do it? They don't. They just spend money. So the finances, anyway, the stock market doesn't care. It's like honey badger. Stock market doesn't care. The stock market actually doesn't have a lot of impact from the shutdown. The economy, there's no real impact from the shutdown, especially some things get disrupted, but it's not a major problem. The biggest problem that shutdowns cause are people lose other countries, they lose respect, and they lose confidence in the American system and the dollar. So it just doesn't look good when you can't have two parties working together better. But anyway, stock market, last week it was down a little bit, and this week already regained everything we lost last week and all-time highs. It's just crazy to watch. I'm happy about that. I hope it stays up. I hope it's there when I need it. So I won't complain. I invested in the right places in the last couple of years. Thank God for this finance group that I belong to. But ending the week on a pretty good note, having second last meetings done with. My knee is not a serious issue. It's an inconvenience and it is uncomfortable. But I just need to manage that. I won't need any operations at this point. And at the end of week 12, can't beat that. I'm very happy about this. And my mantra, just like I said, is I am not here to fix this place. I am here to finish well for myself, and their silence and ignoring me is not a reflection of my integrity. I will finish well. I will do the best that I can. And I will, thank God for this opportunity to end well, You know, I have had I do regret that we made this a protracted termination. I mean, I've known since June that my job would end, and I really don't. I think it was too long. 6 month termination letter. It's just, ugh. I didn't think it would be this painful. But anyway, it is what it is. I need to wrap up week 12 this week and work on editing these videos and then getting them out to you. Thanks, everybody. This is Choice of Winding Down Chronicles. Take care. God bless, and take it slow.